Hello? Hello? What's up, people? It is my birthday today, so we're going live. What's up, everyone in the chat? Mo Beast, Steez, Will, Matt, Rodrigo, channel member Noah Smith, Scout, Corey, Black Stepdad, Lee Slane, Colton, Eric, Josh, Guardian, Zelda fan, Smash Records, Jar Jar, Baseball, Devil. All right. Dank Meme, channel member. Appreciate you. I'm not 40. I am 38. Oski Waski with the dono. Appreciate you, Oski Waski. Yeah, I am 38 today. Getting old. Old and crusty. But it's fine. We all got to get old sometime. Yeah, I went to my family's house earlier today. And I went to my grandma's house, hung out. I had a bunch of family over there for the Bday. And, you know, I used to party a lot when I was younger on my birthday, but I don't really do it much anymore. Like, I don't know. It's just like another day to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, after this stream, I still have to work. You know, I got to make a video for tomorrow because I got a sponsor spot I got to put on there. So, you know, it's another day, another dollar, man. Like, it's not like when you were a little kid. I did eat like shit, though. I ate a bunch of bullshit at my grandmother's house. I actually have some chicken tenders as well that I'll feast on. What's up, Brian? What's up, Legendary Link? What's up? What's up? What's up? I think I got all you guys. What's up, Destiny? How you doing? Destiny FOMO. Speak of the devil. The she-devil herself. Destiny FOMO with a donation. Happy birthday, dude. I hope you clap all the cheeks tonight. I hope so, too. I gotta go through my, my Tinders. I offended one today, but, you know, what can you do? The Jostler. What up, Sean? Happy 38th. I'm right behind you, turning 38 in September. Any movies you've watched that legit scared you? Thank you for being a member of the RGT squad for 2 months. So, as an adult, like, not really, but as a kid, Batman Mask of the Phantasm scared the fuck out of me. I rented it and I watched it at my grandma's house. I was a little kid. I remember renting it from the video store that was by our house. And I watched like the first 5 minutes, and like when Phantasm got on the screen, I was like, fuck this. I didn't watch it again until I was like 30. And I was like, holy fuck, this movie's fucking awesome. But as an adult, like, not really. Like, I think you're more scared because so many movies nowadays are just jump scares, you know? So, like, in the moment, you get a little bit tense, but it's not like a long-lasting sort of thing. Tyler Dell with the dono. Happy birthday. Appreciate you, Tyler. Noah Smith, member for 10 months. Noah's an OG around these parts. We're finally getting that Arkham collection on Switch. Happy birthday, brother. Appreciate you, Noah. You've done a lot for this channel, and you don't have to. But I appreciate you. And yeah, man, super stoked on Arkham stuff. Like, yeah, I've played them, but who cares? I'm going to play them again. I will say, what's the 120 Days of Sodom? Which you can't technically watch, like, the American version, because there really wasn't one, and, like, there's a lot of censored versions out there, but if you can get, like, the unedited version of that, that's scary in the sense that there are people like that in the world. You know, it's more of just, like, a mind drain of a thing. And that was an older, I want to say that came out in the 70s. Yeah, Jostler, it was nasty. Appreciate you, Cubby. Purdue, member of the RGT squad for 10, or RGT Army for 10 months. Happy birthday and happy 4th to everyone. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Oh, here comes Georgie. That's pretty much what it was. Go ahead, Georgie. Let me know how I was owned on Twitter. Yeah, I'll be playing. I'll definitely review the games, Phil. I might stream them. I don't know. I don't really like streaming games all that much because I feel like it kind of like you don't play well and then people kind of like judge you on that. Like I have a video. It's not my video. It's actually Wood's video. We did a special video coming out next week on Wood's channel, and I was dominant in that video. So I urge everyone to watch that. I was wrong about the existence of the Nintendo Direct. Well, so was OJ. I could show you tweets where he says that that Nintendo has already shown off their lineup for the year and that they cleared out the second half of the year for a reason. So negated that. Go on. No, I'm not a pro gamer. Bro, that Mario Golf shit. I don't think I ever played it as a kid, and like I was just so flabbergasted that like I couldn't figure out. Like I think it's super fun. Don't get that mini golf. That was so good. Was he, Mr. Brandywine? Sup, Darkstar? Appreciate you, broski. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers Wonder is a day one. Day one. I am super looking forward to that game. V Rafe, is there a game that I've been very good at? Yes. Two that come to mind. One that I can actually show you. The other one's a digital game. Nano Stray on the DS. For the first level, Mitsiran Jungle, I was in the top 10 of the leaderboards for most of its existence. And Star Soldier R, I don't know why, but me and my buddy, we just got on this kick of like shooters, and Star Soldier R was a downloadable game on the Wii, and Hudson Soft actually ran a contest where you could whoever finished in first place would get all this Hudson Soft swag. Like you got like $200 in Wii points, like whatever the conversion rate was, and like a bunch of their physical games, and I finished in 5th, and so he ended up getting all the shit from them. It was a 3-minute run 3-minute run where you had to get the highest score within that 3 minutes. It was super fun. I loved playing that. Oh, we've got more emulator stuff coming. I've got another hard drive to show off. I have more products coming in. I got a product in yesterday. There's a bunch of stuff. Did I hear The Last of Us 3 is coming out? I mean, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's, oh, a story cutout. What happened? Did I lag? I shouldn't be lagging. Am I lagging? I could run a wired connection real quick. Let me know if it does it again. Noah Smith would like to see PS2 Ratchet and Clank games. Yeah, I'll check those out. I don't have much nostalgia for them, so I would be looking at it from a fresh perspective. 96 terabyte. Is that a thing? Do they have a 96? I'm getting some things that have PS4 on them, and I'm very interested to see that. Oh, so I finished 5th place in the Star Soldier R. I believe that was Star Soldier R is what it was called. And my buddy finished in 1st place, and he got all the stuff. I remember one of the games was like Deca Sports. Like the games themselves weren't very good, but it was like it was cool that that he won. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, like there's this whole big thing over on GameFAQs forums. I have heard of the Ghost Rider game on PS2, but I never played it. Oh, thank you, Medallion. I don't know why my phone didn't notify us. I've been in and out of service, though. Because in my grandma's house, it's like a barren wasteland. But thank you, Medallion. I appreciate it. It's 6 hard drives. Jesus Christ. I mean, the Retro Beast is dope, man. I definitely like it. I see, people are like wondering like why I'm accumulating all of these devices. It's because all of the devices, I always get like the smaller ones from the companies because they all have different games on them. It's lagging. All right, let me grab. Hold on. Coming, I'm coming. Ah, shit. Knock some stuff over. Hold on. All right. Now we should be good. We are wired in. Let me scroll back up because now we're far behind. Okay, so we got Noah's. MTS watched Eyes Wide Shut for the first time this weekend, and it scared me as a 30-year-old. Not so much what happened, just that those people exist. Yeah, that's kind of like where I get my horror enjoyment out of. Like, I don't know. The first Insidious, I thought had some really cool scenes in it. Like, very early on in the movie, where like they have the baby's room, and then the dude is walking back and forth on like that deck that they had on there. Like, I thought that was pretty creepy. But Insidious went, all over the place. DC Fat Cat, member of the army for 11 months. 11 months, baby. Happy birthday, you son of a bitch word. Thank you. On happy birthday, Grimace. I haven't had the shake. I don't really eat McDonald's that much. It's kind of, I don't know. Like when I get McDonald's, I like to get a McFlurry, like an Oreo McFlurry. So it's like, would I substitute my shake, the Oreo McFlurry, for a shake? I don't know. Yes, it is Bible Mandela effect. I'm a July 4th baby. Who is Dame Dalla going to? You have to imagine it's the Heat at this point, right? I hope and pray. Because, like, okay, I get it. I get the whole, make the player happy thing. But it's a business. And, like, if I am getting a better deal by potentially not making the player as happy, oh, fucking well. Like, I never understood that. Devil Cookie with the big dono. Happy 38th, bro. Have a nice and fatty B-Day snack tonight. I will, Devil Cookie. I will. I had some ice cream cake today. That is my favorite, and my grandmother buys it for me. Matter Cakes, welcome to the RGT Army. Appreciate you. Not 40th, 38. We still got a little time before 40. I did miss a spawn cast. So Thursday, I was at my uncle's house because his wife, well, I guess technically is my aunt, had her 60th birthday. And so like all of their kids came in, which are like my cousins. So I went over there for that, and they have a nice pool, so I went swimming for a while. Can you explain what's with Spawn's Patreon? Okay, so I'll pull the veil back a little bit. So basically, we all do the Spawn cast just to do it. Like, when we first started doing it, like, you know, all of our channels were much smaller. There wasn't a bunch of money involved. It was what it was. But as the thing grew, we never really, like, you know, made it so that, like, we were making any sort of money off of it. Everyone that was on there besides John, which is fine. His channel, his brand, I completely understand it. But he wanted to make it so that, like, we could have a Patreon, and all of the people that are a part of the Patreon can make some money off of the brand now, too. Since we, essentially, you know, we helped build up that cast. So that's pretty much what it is. I'm making content with Josie and Nate. We're doing a podcast. I believe MVG is going to have a show where it's like Ask the Developer, where you ask him questions about games and stuff like that. John, I believe, is doing, I want to say he's doing an Xbox show. Or is he doing a PlayStation show? We might get someone else on there with him. It's all kind of preliminary right now. But the first thing that we set up was the Nintendo show with myself, Josie, and Nate. So we just went ahead and rolled it out. Kind of like a soft launch, but hopefully he'll do some more promo for it. Drummer Punk. Hope you're good, are doing good, RGT. Member of the RGT Army for 10 months. Appreciate you, broski. I'm doing fine. Fine and dandy. The Dark Void. Happy birthday. Greetings from Nolans. By the way, the McFlurry sucks. The Oreo Blizzard from Dairy Queen is the best. I mean, Dairy Queen is dank. And I really enjoy them, but I think the one near me shut down. I love Dairy Queen because I love their food. Like the chicken. Like you get one of them them grilled chicken sandwiches they have with like the honey mustard. Those things are fucking heat, dude. And they're like super cheap. So like get one of those and you get some Dairy Queen ice cream. Nah, I fucks with Dairy Queen. Fortress C with the 1,000 CRC donation. I'm not sure what currency that is, but appreciate you, broski. Bud Light or Modelo? The problem with Modelo, first off, the answer is Miller Lite. Actually, the answer, so everyone told me about the fucking, what's Baja Blast. The Baja Blast with booze in it. It wasn't available where I'm at, though. And so I'm at my uncle's party, and there's a guy on Saturday for my cousin's high school graduation, and there's a guy wearing a Pepsi shirt. And so I'm digging through one of the coolers, and he's like, oh, I just put something new in there. You might want to see. Because, like, my uncle just has, like, a full bar at, like, his house. Like, he actually has 2 full bars. He has a full bar in his garage, and then he has a full bar in there's something called the Shack, which is, like, an old tool shed that he repurposed as, like, another bar. And the dude brought the Mountain Dew Baja Blast with booze in it. He's like, yeah, we just rolled it out in the state. So I brought some. Let me know what you think. I got all the flavors. Let me know. So next thing I know, I'm just killing these things. I'm just like, ooh, pineapple. Ooh, standard Baja Blast. So fucking good. So good. So good. I loved it. I drank a few too many, though. Beat 'em Ups is in the building. I was teasing the project for next week, Beat 'em Ups. Just saying that I'm going to be on one of your videos next week. That is if I make the cut. Miss Click will be back eventually. Hopefully. I don't know. You know, having a kid will really, like, change your life and stuff. So, I don't know what she's really planning as far as an online presence is concerned. Plus, she's a female, and she's got a lot of weirdo people that like, you know, bother her and stuff, which is a fucking shame. So I wouldn't be surprised if she just kind of eased back into things. Happy Vag Tunnel Escape Remembrance Day, says Anglo Jackson. I don't know why that name's funny to me. Thank you. You reminded me I need to watch Independence Day tonight when I go to bed. So Mountain Dew owns, Pepsi owns Mountain Dew. So like this dude was like a bigwig for Pepsi, like in the region. So he just had him like in his truck. Like he literally would just go to his truck and bring like more and more and more. And I'm just like, what's up, Tech Wiz? What's up, B-Mick? It's like, dude, yeah, Smirnoff Ice was crazy. Samuel Ratty. Ratty. I'm going to say Ratty. Happy birthday, RGT. Watching your video today remind me of WWE All-Stars. I had it on the 360. What were your thoughts on that game? Also, can you elaborate if AEW is worth buying for full price? All right, so that's a loaded question. But with a nice dono like that, we could do that. I'm just kidding. So WWE All-Stars, I do remember the game. Very over the top. Kind of reminded me a bit of the WWE Playgrounds game that came out. I actually had that game on the Nintendo 3DS, and it was a surprisingly decent experience. But I almost feel like those games are a little bit too over the top. Like, they're super fun, don't get me wrong. But, like, as far as arcade action is concerned, like, to me, the perfect arcadey style is, like, WrestleFest. You know what I'm saying? That's just, like, you know, big characters, somewhat realistic moves. Like, sure, there's not going to be a lot of selling and stuff like that. But I did have a lot of fun with WWE All-Stars. Is AEW worth the full buying price? Okay, so I've played it on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch. I have not played the Steam version of the game. If you're an AEW fan, yes. Because there's so many little nuances, and they really capture the essence of all the roster. So if you're familiar with people like Orange Cassidy, you're familiar with, you know, all the wrestlers, how they are, you know, their sort of style, their moveset and stuff. They did a brilliant job of capturing that. If you're a more casual wrestling fan, it's a little bit tougher because I feel like it's got a really solid groundwork, but they need to add more into it. And from what I've been told from pretty reliable sources, they will be adding more stuff into the game. They're going to do some patches for it as well. You know, I feel like it was a game, especially when you play it, if you're familiar with AEW stuff, it definitely feels like a game that was supposed to come out last year, but I feel like they kept wanting to add in more stuff to it. And when you're a growing company like AEW is, you know, rosters are always changing, you know, who's hot now isn't who's hot before. So I felt like it was kind of like it was a now or never situation. But long story short, if you're an AEW fan, you'll have super fun with it. I played it for over 30 hours on the Switch. If you're a more casual wrestling fan, probably want to wait for a sale. Noah Smith, get anything from the Steam summer sale? I have not. I bought the fake Last of Us game. That was it. Scott Woodford, member of the RGT squad for 9 months. Rog Ally is awesome. Happy birthday, Eddie Kingston, and happy 4th. Thank you. Yeah, the Rog Ally is freaking awesome. Like, I thought it was weird that, like, so many people are like, oh, it's a mini PC. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's essentially a PC in your hand. Like, that's what they wanted to do. Ah, Costa Rican currency. Thank you all the birthday wishes. No, I'm not sure what he's doing, the Dark Void. I'm not sure how that's all gonna work out. What are you like, Qui? Hey, that's real. When you go more gray as you age, will you be dyeing your hair? Yeah, probably. Like, as long as, like, I'm on camera and stuff, 'cause I want to be somewhat presentable on camera. And I don't know, like, do you want to watch? That's really an interesting question, because it's sort. No, I got some whites. I got some white hairs. It's kind of uncharted territory on YouTube, especially on the gaming side. Tech people, there's a lot of, like, you know, white-haired tech people that do fine. But as far as, like, gaming channels with, like, you know, older people, like, really, who are the elders in the gaming community as far as, like, pure age is concerned? You got Modern Vintage Gamer, Metal Jesus, Game Sack. Like, it's kind of uncharted territory, you know? It's weird. Brandon, what up? What up? Happy B-Day, old chap. I'm holding up well. Yes. Yes, we are. We are on Live and Extras, Logan. This is the channel. I rebranded it again because now I'm starting to do content on it. Yeah, Johnny's aged really well, honestly, all things considered, because he was a smoker too for many years. Like, oh God, Bible Mandela. Is the Microsoft Activision deal gonna go through? You'd have to imagine it is. I'm just so fucking, it's like every day. Every single day. Like thank you, Josh. I love Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. I don't know if you can tell this joke anymore. I hope that the Microsoft Activision thing ends because I'm sick of fanboys waking up every day and just waging war. So in the first Revenge of the Nerds, when they're all meeting each other and they're standing in line, and one of the nerds is talking about like how he really likes this girl and like they hung out, and Booger looks at him, he's like, big deal, did you get in her pants? And then he looks at Booger, he's like, she's not that kind of a girl, Booger. And he's like, why, does she have a penis? Like, it was just so fucking funny. But how things change from the 80s, huh? Zasalam 23, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Thank you, Zasalam. I appreciate you. Revenge of the Nerds is hilarious. Oh, dude, the Revenge, yeah, the concert. But see, I can't watch The Big Bang Theory. It's like, hey, here's the joke. Did you get the joke? We're telling you the joke. It's like, wow. Thank you, Chasing Shangri-La. Abaddon! Happy Born Day, brother. Cheers to many more. Appreciate you, Abaddon. We got Bush, yeah, when they do the panty raid. Or the kissing thing where he goes in as Darth Vader. Oh, dude, the tricycle, yeah. I love the song that plays. You know what's funny about the song that plays during the tricycle race? I have never been able to find that version of the song like on YouTube, because I was singing it one day at my old day job, and my boss looked at me, he was like, how do you know that song? I was like, oh, it's from Revenge of the Nerds. And he was like, what? And so I tried to look it up on YouTube and show him, and like I couldn't find it. Like, but yeah, dude, that was so fucking, like, he didn't care. He was like, give me all the booze, I got this shit. Rockin' Stampede, happy birthday, RGT. You're one rad guy, and here's to countless years to come. Thank you, Rockin' Stampede. Oh, and dude, the fucking party that they throw to appease the fraternity over guys, and then Booger busts out the weed and they all get stoned. That movie's so good. And Ogre, oh yeah, dude, Ogre's a fucking man. Oh, I need to watch that movie tonight. Okay, stop that, Jonathan. Paul Gale Network, have a good birthday. Hope the Ghost Song code works. You know what? I still have to download it, but I still have it. I still have it. I need to, so I'm crying from thinking of fucking Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, I still got to redeem it. You know, I don't even, oh, I know where my Steam Deck is. I got to charge it. I haven't used it in a little bit since I got the ROG Ally, but I guess I could just download it on the ROG Ally, but I don't have my Steam account set up on there yet. Is it? Oh, see, I don't have Hulu. I used to. So LG TVs got rid of Hulu. Like, if you have an LG, like I have the LG CX TV, one of those stupid fancy TVs that John made me buy because I always ask him technology questions against my better judgment. And yeah, like Hulu doesn't work on there anymore. It's like, oh, this app isn't supported. And like I looked it up online, and it's like a legitimate thing, and it's like, okay. I do have Disney Plus. That's how I get my Simpsons. What's my favorite turn-based RPG? Like ever? Grandia 2's up there. Shining Force 3 is up there. I'll go with those two for now. Oh yeah, the shower scene was fucking amazing too. Where they have like the cameras. So you have to Rocky asks, does have a download wrestler creation section? It's like the old days, my brother. You gotta make formulas. You gotta make the formulas. You can't download them. I do have a pretty solid line of connection to the dev team though, so I might be able to relay something. Yes, Boy Meets World. I mean, I love that show like all the time, but like it's definitely a show that holds up. Like for sure. Andy Faramez with the big dono. Happy birthday, mate. Loved the Last Hope vid. I had to buy it so bad. Awful progression. Dude, that I saw that and I was like, this has to be a joke. And like I had to get a European, I have the European eShop account, but I guess mine was like England because I bought a $15 card and it was like, no, you have to use euro. And I guess they use pounds in England. So then I made a German account. And, like, I couldn't read anything on the German account, so I was like, fuck. But luckily I found it, and I was just... When I came across Eve or Eva, which I'm guessing that the story is, like, they're just lying to each other because they realize who each other is. But, like, I feel like somebody would say something with that. And that's the deep narrative. But when she was literally Ellie, I was like... You have got to be fucking kidding me. Like, that whole reaction, that was all live. Like, I was just sitting here playing the game, and those were just the things that came into my head. James Pittman, happy birthday, you sweaty Italian. We love you. Thank you, James. Appreciate you. Rocky, I think Brett is on a Legends contract. Appreciate you, Leah. Appreciate you, Lord RJ. The funniest movie I ever saw in the movie theater, I would say it was one of the Austin Powers. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been the third one was Goldmember. I know it wasn't Goldmember, but Pecker Dupree came up from Atlanta and we went to the movies when we were like 14 and we were just in tears the whole time. Best way to emulate SSS Tricky. That was a GameCube game, wasn't it? If it's a GameCube game, just Dolphin emulator it up, and you could probably upscale that. It would probably run fine on like one of the mini PCs I've covered on the channel. Appreciation, Mr. Zircon. Bro, if you have a girl like that, you don't mess around. Necro Banana, happy birthday, RGT. Here's to many more. When am I getting married? Time's ticking. Like, fucking... My thing is, like, keep making money. Hopefully my stocks or my mutual funds and annuities do well. And then when I'm, like, 50 or 55, just, like, link up with, like, a 30-year-old who just wants me for my money. I think it was the spy who shagged me. You know, the girl, the redhead girl, I don't have a cat. The redhead girl did porno in Boy Meets World. My barely older brother are using your CPAP, just looking out. I care. I don't have a CPAP machine, Elliot. And the funny thing was, when I was in the hospital, I figured if I had sleep apnea, like they would tell me, but they never said anything. And I actually asked them after the fact, and they're like, "No, you slept fine and normal." So, like my oxygen, because they had me monitored for all of those levels and stuff, oxygen, blood pressure, They had like IV tubes in me and shit too. Do I think there'll be a revision of the Ally or Steam Deck soon? I think you have a better chance of the Steam Deck getting a revision before the Ally, because Ally just dropped. I could see them slimming down the Steam Deck. Mr. Feedy! What's up, Mr. Davis? What happened to the girl from Blink? I mean, she was just someone that I was seeing at the time, and then we went our separate ways. Appreciate you, Maverick. What do you think the chances of a Dino Crisis remake are? God. Not high enough. No, I never had a CPAP. I thought maybe I had sleep apnea. That's always something I thought. But like I said, I was in the hospital for 2 nights. And I slept both nights. Like, not super long, granted. But, you know, probably 4 or 5 hours at least. And, like, my oxygen levels never, like, got, like, wonky. And I was waking up and stuff like that. Chris Petrow, happy birthday, RGT. Member of the RGC squad for 10 months. Hope today's been awesome for you. Thank you so much for the birthday cameo you sent me a few weeks ago. It made my day. Appreciate you, Chris. And no problem, brother. I hope that we could get a Dino Crisis collection. Well, I mean, the thing about Dino Crisis is the first one is really fucking good. The second one is very action, and the third one sucks. So, like, at this point, I feel like you just remake the first one and make it just scary as hell with dinosaurs. Oh, we were talking about that earlier, Mr. Davis. I do think it's going to go through. I think the Xbox version will eventually, or the Xbox, Microsoft Activision deal, I have a feeling it's going to go through. Because at the end of the day, money talks, and they got a lot of money. And I know there's times where it looks like the deal is dead, and this, that, and the other. I still think it's going to happen. My favorite type of cake is ice cream cake. Ice cream cake is greatness. Microsoft court case revealed PS5 Slim and PS5 Pro for 2023. I don't think they're 2023 releases, are they? And no. I wouldn't buy either of them. This thing is big and bulky, but I mean, it works. Elements, member of the RGT Army for 10 months. So we having cake, ice cream, and hookers on stream. I already ate my cake ice cream for the day. And hookers. I don't know about all that. I have another handheld coming in, Leah. The Pow Kitty X55. I think that comes in later on this week. It's funny. It's like every day is like Christmas at my house because something comes in, whether it's something I bought off of Amazon, something I bought off of eBay. I've been buying a lot of old Game Pros off of eBay just because I like reading through them and, you know, seeing how games were received, because I perceive a lot of older games kind of differently than a lot of other people do. And reasons with that are because of reviews like that. So it's funny to see games that like didn't review all that high, but in retrospect, everyone's like, oh, it's the greatest fucking game ever. So it's an interesting balance. Oh yeah, exactly, Drummer Punk. Do I think the Call of Duty will come out next year for the Switch? I think so. I think so. Well, I mean, the thing about the OLED screen, like, what? I don't know. I guess that is kind of a good point. I agree, the mail. Appreciate you, Thanos and Robot. Am I going to get buff with John? I don't know. I'm kind of lazy. How do I rank the Streets of Rage games? 2, 4, 1, 3. But I don't think 3 is necessarily that bad. Do I feel old or my mentality? No, I don't really feel old. I'm still very childish. It's just, yeah, you gotta stretch a little bit in the morning. How can you trade Pokemon on Drastic Emulator? I am not sure. I'm not sure. I skimmed through them, DC Fat Cat. It's always super interesting reading stuff like that. Sega was a fucking mess. And, like, that's, like, definitive proof of it. What will the Switch 2 be compromised of? No one knows. And everyone who says... Ah, you threw Fighting Force in there, too. I'm not versed well enough in Metal Slug. John looks like Kurt Angle's son, or does he like Bubba Ray? Can I at least be Bully Ray? Like, he's in better shape than Bubba Ray was. The thing is, like, everyone is so positive that the Switch 2 is going to have this, that, and the other. I'm not even positive that it's a Switch 2. When was the last time Nintendo just did a direct hardware sequel on the console side of things that was just a better version of the previous system? The Super Nintendo. N64 was, I guess you could say N64 to some degree, but that's when they started doing weird stuff. Like, they stuck with cartridges. You know, N64 to GameCube was cartridges to think. I don't think no, you can't say the Wii U. The Wii U had a fucking tablet that you had to use for some games. I do not buy Wii U. I do not buy Wii U. I will say N64. Tell Asmongold to watch me on stream. Go in there and tell him that. Yeah, it's never just a standard power upgrade. Yeah, you could say GBA. Yeah, but they changed the media format. They went to and even, okay, if the N64 to GameCube was cartridge to standard disc base, like a DVD layer disc, I might give you that. But it was a mini disc. It didn't have the multimedia capabilities that the other two systems had. It was a proprietary physical media, much like the Switch is. Interesting. Things that make you go, I love the Game Boy Color. And you can't say that the Wii was a better version of the GameCube, because it really wasn't. It was a GameCube with like motion controls. DS was a touchscreen. I would just like to see them do something a bit more traditional. Have the exact same system. Maybe you redesign it a little bit. You make the Joy-Cons better or something. But just beefier. No, they'll never get rid of the portable aspect. That's what makes them unique. Metal Gear Game Boy Color game is fucking awesome. I'll talk about that one day on this channel. Fiery Phoenix with the dono. Happy birthday. Appreciate you, broski. Well, DSi had its own library of games. Impressive amount of games, too. Pretty clueless with emulation. I want to emulate GameCube, SNES, and N64. What is a good mini PC that can run that stuff? Heard the Xbox Series S does it pretty well. Yeah, but they closed down the developer stuff on the Xbox. So, you know, you're going to run into some issues with that. Both of the mini PCs that I reviewed on the channel will handle those with no problem. You'll be able to upscale stuff and run it, you know, at 4K resolution and all that sort of stuff, make them look pretty. And, you know, the one's retails for $329, one's more like $400, but it's commonly on sale. Either one of those will do it just fine. Once you start getting into other systems, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era, you might run into some trouble with those mini PCs, but I don't really know, because a lot of it is just kind of contingent on how good the game runs on the emulator, but you didn't even ask for that. But yeah, GameCube and below, like either one of those, minty, like just mint. Would I ever work for Nintendo and move to Asia? No. I have no reason to. Like, I make good money doing this. And this is fun. And I live in a decent place, so, you know. Yeah, see, I don't really do much with, like, fireworks and crap like that. I don't know. I don't really care. DS versus DS Lite versus DSi. The DS Lite had a game. Yeah, DS Lite had a Game Boy Advance slot. So I have to go DSi, or no, I mean, DS Lite had a Game Boy Advance. So I'd go DS Lite, DSi, because as good as some of the DSi games were, they weren't better than Game Boy Advance, than a lot of the top tier Game Boy Advance games, and then DS in third. Don't worry about it, Goober. Appreciate it. Joseph, good question. Was RGC Stash inspired by Scott? No, it wasn't. Scott is another channel where, like, I don't really watch his stuff. And after we came up with the name for RGT85's Retro Stash, me and my editor buddy, and I changed the channel name, one of his, because he has, I think, 2 other channels. Like, I watch his main stuff, but he's got Scott's Stash, and then what's the other one? Scott's Snippets or something. I saw that, and I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, well, I mean, you know, obviously we're doing different content on there, but 8 Shop. Surprised I'm not in the red, white, and blue. I'm not like a super patriotic person. Just like the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I'm very serious about that, so I'm glad that it ended up happening. No, because we're going to talk about some PlayStation stuff tomorrow, but with some Nintendo stuff too. Because there's 2 things I want to talk about. Have you ever played the Earthbound trilogy? No, I played Earthbound. I never played Beginnings or Mother 3 though. I've just never really, I don't know. I never really saw the love for Earthbound. Like, I played it. I thought it was fine. It was quirky, but I never really thought like, wow, this was a life-changing experience. I guess just because it was very, very different than a lot of the RPGs were at that time. Most of them had a very similar style and very similar structure, whereas this was kind of like the quirkier thing, and I think that's why a lot of people like it. Oh, dude, I drink stevia all the time. Thank you, Super Jude. Appreciate you. Can you get an update on the Benz? I don't know. Same old, same old. I actually talked to my mom about it. I don't know. See, I think the problem is, like, I was really geared up to do everything, and then I ended up in the hospital. And I feel like that kind of crushed my spirit a little bit. Because now when I think of that in a car, I think about going to the hospital. But I'm gonna get around to it. I need to. Jazzman, happy birthday. Happy 4th as well, Sexy Beast. Thank you, Jazzman, member of the RGC Army, for 10 months. Do I have any import video games? I didn't keep any of my imports. Phoenix Resale has them all. Yes, Purdue. I drink 1 or 2 of the Dr. Zevias in the morning just to get a little caffeine in my system. Because, I don't know. Have I played Killer Instinct? I have. I like it. I'm not good at it, though. I didn't buy the, ear itches. I didn't buy the arcade 1-up because it was like, I never played it growing up. I didn't have a Super Nintendo. So I remember my friend Ryan, he had one, and he had Killer Instinct, and I would play it there. I played it on Game Boy, actually. I don't remember who had it and, like, how I had access to it. but I remember playing it on Game Boy as well. And then like Killer Instinct Gold on the N64, like it was fun, but it's not nostalgic for me, so I don't really care too much about it. Oh yeah, Bully's fucking great. No, you'll never get a sequel. The worst video game I ever played is a Virtual Hide on the Sega Saturn. Virtual Hide on the Sega Saturn can burn in the fiery pits of hell because they lure you in. They lure you in with the screenshots on the back of the box where it's all digitized. Big open 3D world, randomized events, and you're like, oh wow. And then you play it and it's fucking choppy as shit. It's horrible. Not Balan. No, I will play Balan any day over Virtual Hide. Virtual Hide is the worst video game of all time. Horrible. Within 2 seconds, I remember I rented the game with Pecker Dupree because I had a Saturn, and fucking my mom took us to the rental store, which was like 1.5 miles, 2 miles away, on a highway, because like we lived in an apartment complex that was adjacent to the highway, and then you go down the highway, it was like this big ass fucking hill, and then it came back up, and then there was the video rental store in like a strip mall with like a grocery store and stuff that was like the first exit off the highway. And my mom took us there. I picked up Virtual Hide based on the back of the fucking box art. And then we got into the house and I was like, within 5 seconds, I'm walking around at 1 frame per second and a tree bites me and kills me. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Tried it a few more times, nothing doing. I was like, Mom, we got to go back. I gotta return this and get something else. She was like, no, I'm not going back. I got things to do. So me and Pecker Dupree were like, fuck it. I got on my skateboard, he got on his rollerblades, and we just went on like the little side of the highway where you're supposed to pull off if you're a disabled vehicle, and we just fucking, the way down there was fine because it was a big hill, and then like the way up wasn't too steep. So we got down there. I don't remember what else I rented, but that fucking ride home was killer, dude. Killer. It took forever. I remember it was a hot summer day too. Starship Troopers movie review. I kind of like that movie. I don't think I love it though. Oh, dude, I'm super anticipating Metal Gear. This is an interesting question. Yeah, he rollerbladed. He didn't skateboard. But I was when rollerblading was hot though. Because I remember like party RGT days when we would skateboard all over the town or whatever. We ended up meeting Jeremy and Tony Loco, who were at one of our spots, but they were rollerblading. And Jeremy, they were both 18 and we were still like 15, 16. But Jeremy had a girlfriend named Monique who was 21. So she would buy everyone beer and stuff. And I remember there was this fucking kid that we used to hang out with. His name was Brandon. When I say this kid was punk rock, he was the most punk rock fucking kid that I knew. Maybe second to Pete, but hygiene wise, this dude was on another level. He never fucking showered. He always stunk. We would drive around town, like going to skate spots, and like he would literally roll down the window and just stick his dick out the window, like flashing people. I'm driving. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I'm gonna fucking catch a charge because of you. Just a dirty, smelly, grimy dude. But he was a good dude. He was a really good dude. And he ended up fucking Jeremy's girlfriend. And he was only like 17, and we were all like, what the fuck? And she ended up getting pinched for buying him booze, and that's how we found out that they were fucking. Crazy shit. He was in the band though. He was in MIP, Masturbating in Public. He was the bassist. Can I moonwalk? No, not really. The best HDMI adapter for the GameCube. Well, I mean, you could use any of them. Like, I know they have the digital input thing, but like, I had a Panasonic Q, and what I did was, or what John did was, he took a Dremel and just cut off the digital input thing because it doesn't use it if your system doesn't have it, and it worked fine. Like it worked as it was intended. So like if your system doesn't have it and it comes with the thing, just chop it off. MIP is a legendary band. Oh yeah, it's a good band, but I think they broke up when we were in high school, and then the lead singer killed 2 people and went to jail, and then killed himself in jail. R.I.P. Pete. The guitarist was my good friend. He just moved on in life, and the drummer kind of left when we were in high school, and that's why they kind of broke up, because they didn't want to find another drummer. But I mean, they did a lot of shows. They did a lot of tours. I mean, not big tours, obviously, but like locally, they were pretty well known in the state of North Carolina. They played, the big cities: Charlotte, Fayetteville, Raleigh. Oh, dude, the Power Ranger special is so good. You got to watch it. Like, it's just a nostalgic trip. Thank you, Hairline. Yeah, I mean, dark, like, yeah, I guess it is, but I don't know. I've lost so many people to various things, like, it doesn't impact me as much anymore, I would say friends side of thing. I've lost so many friends. It doesn't, I'm numb to it, it's like, oh, wow. See, Medallion, really, they don't look that bad. Like, see ya, Jazzman. Zach looks fucking amazing. Billy, he kind of shows his age a little bit. I'm 38. Yeah, there's a Power Ranger special on Netflix. It's just like a 60-minute new Power Rangers episode, pretty much. I'm not 42, I'm 38. What player moves have the Knicks made this offseason? They traded Obi Toppin for nothing, and they signed Dante DiVincenzo to a multi-year deal. I don't think they're done yet, though. Bristol, Connecticut in the building. What's up, Clue? The Ramones. Yeah, well, I mean, they did a Ramones cover. They did a Blitzkrieg Bop cover. And they did another one, Bites the Dust, which was kind of an interesting thing. Are you happy with that, though, Agent Redbeards? Appreciate you, Mr. Shifty. Like, I wouldn't be happy with that, I don't think. Like, has Middleton really been all that great lately? Lopez, okay, he's fine. I don't know. You have to imagine if they don't. And I know, oh, well, they won, 2 years ago they won, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess. Oh, don't worry about it, Chris. It sucks that it's doing it for me, but don't worry about it. Yeah, I've tried Fire Pro World. I like it. I don't know. Fire Pro games, I don't know. I wish the characters sold more. It feels like no matter what fucking move you hit, they just fucking no-sell it, It's just that they pop right the fuck back up. Is this basketball talk? It could be. Could be anything. Yeah, we'll be live this week. Did I game today? Yes, I played some AEW Fight Forever, and I finally unlocked Mr. Brody Lee. You have to go in like a certain progression of the story mode, and I'm not sure what dictates it, like if you win or lose the right matches, but I finally got it today. Yes, that fake Last of Us game is real, unfortunately. No, Scott Steiner is fucking way better than fucking Rick Steiner. Cornhole? Come on, man. That cornhole game, that's exclusive to the Amico. Wormsworth with the dono. Happy Bday RGT. Thank you, Wormsworth. I appreciate that. The Overdrive, Milton Chen. Is that the real Milton? Milton, you fucking legend. The worst wrestling finisher ever is the Overdrive, which is the thing where, like, you take the guy's arm, you put your leg on the back of his head, and you just kind of swing him around. I just hate that move. Well, see, no, that's not how I did it, Guardian. I ended up doing, like, the Dark Order thing. John Silver won the four-way match, but then they kidnapped me, and then I fought Silver, and then I fought Brody and beat him at the pay-per-view to win the title. Yeah, the male, it's kind of weird, honestly. They're adding in more stuff, but you know. Yeah, it works a hell of a lot better on the Switch than WWE fucking 2K18. At least you can actually play this game. Christopher Lenton with the dono. Happy birthday, brother. Appreciate you, Christopher. Favorite YT channel after Switch Force? Oh. I don't know. I don't know that I really have a favorite. Like, because I don't watch much video game stuff. It's like I watch a lot of wrestling stuff. Music stuff. Yeah, so it's split. We split the Patreon money for it, Johnny Appleseed. Appreciate you, Mr. Self-Improvement. Do I like the Street Fighter Alpha games? Yeah, I mean, Alpha 2 is fucking awesome. I thought Alpha 1 was a little too light on content for me. Like, I guess at the time, because it was something different, but like, and it introduced a lot of new characters, which is cool. But I felt like Alpha 2 was just a hell of a lot better. A Wyatt family reunion? I don't know how I feel about that. Who's it going to be? Eric, Redbeard, and Bray, and Braun? I mean, I guess you could do that, but what would be Braun's motivation? Breaking barriers. What's that? You mean boundary break? Amber Evans, welcome to the RGT Army. Appreciate you. I think, Guardian, I think you have to win 100 exhibition matches. Because I've played over 100. But I have not won. Hold on one second. Would I ever want a Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat game? Fuck yeah. Thank you, Lagluster. No, that would be fucking amazing. I think that's what everyone really wants. Especially when crossover games were big. Because you had, you know, all these different franchises. And then that were doing the crossover stuff. And then the biggest two of them all. I mean, how would you do it, though? Oh, Big Show's punch. Well, he kind of winds it up a little bit. Because I hate grading. Like, if you grade a toy, I guess that's fine. If you grade a comic, because paper is delicate, I get that. Grading games, I'll never fucking understand it. I'll never fucking understand it. It's fucking stupid to me. Spooky! More Steam Deck content, please. Happy birthday, Ugly. Appreciate you, Spooky. Poopy Pants. You can send a super chat, or you could just fucking chill in the chat. Like, Cam with the donation. Happy birthday, bro. I'm stuck at the airport in Raleigh. Is it still storming in New York, JFK? Because my flight got canceled. Keep up the good work. No. It stormed this afternoon. It was actually very nasty. Like, from like 4:30 to like 5:30, it was fucking disgusting. Like, winds and rain. But no, it's been clear. And it was clear earlier in the day. So it stormed in the morning, because then they did the fucking Nathan's hot dog thing at like 2. And it was all clear, but then like another round of storms came in around 4:30. I don't have a sheets around me. More Game Gear content. I like the Game Gear. I'm not 45. Did I hear about Sony? Yeah. That gets going over there early. I'll say no, Mr. Davis. See, Poopy Pants just wanted his attention, and then he got it, so he left. Oh, it's gonna be hot tomorrow. It's gonna be like 89. I'll be avoiding going outside. Thank you, Flucus and Stefan. Thank you to everyone who wished me happy birthday. I haven't had a chance to thank everyone, so it's a generalized one. I do like the 8-bit Sonic games. They're fun. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Yeah, I actually had the fighting stick for it, too. And I remember it got really dingy because it was a white fight stick. And it just, like, turned, like, brown. Like a brownish color. It was fucking gross. But I like the game a lot. I had no idea who Tatsunoko people were. But there wasn't... You know, I had a Wii, and there wasn't dick for fucking... for any sort of, you know, 2D fighters on there. Oh, Sony might be in trouble with, like, the Activision thing? No, I haven't heard that. What was my first reaction to Spawn's Solid Snake vid? What Solid Snake vid? I did not see a Solid Snake video from Mr. Spawnwave. Oh, I will. Darkness. Just a matter of time. Recommendations for recovering the oxidization. Not quite rust, but you can tell in a wheel well in a 2013 Ford Edge. I mean, so is it flaky? Or is it just, like, how bad is the oxidation? Like, if I touch it, is it going to flake off and come in my hands? Or is it like a hard oxidation? I can't say that word well. Oxidation. There we go. Matthew Barrios, a.k.a. Decatron. Just wanted to say happy birthday, bro. I want to know, Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time, and why? Ocarina of Time, by far. Because I have no nostalgia for A Link to the Past. I first played it when I was an adult. Thoroughly enjoyed the game. But it wasn't as impactful as Ocarina to me. I had a lot of fun with the game and, you know, the whole Dark World mechanic and stuff like that. But just to me, I don't know. I preferred Ocarina because I felt like it did more. It was a bigger deal. I am a bigger fan of Metal Gear than John. 87 Metal Gear on MSX or NES. Sad Brad. Happy birthday, boss. When am I going to drop that video on Quest 64? Quest 64, I can make a video on it. Just talking about my displeasure of this game. Finally seeing an RPG for the N64 and being like, yes, now we have one. And then renting it and playing it. It was not a good experience. There was nothing enjoyable about said game. I distinctly do not like that game, and I don't like how the lead character's name is Brian. B-R-I-A-N. That's not a fantasy fucking name. It should have been Cornelius or something. Spooky. David Hayter shouting you out thoughts. Oh, yeah. That was fucking awesome. He actually just sent that in a group chat that we're in. He was like, oh, here, I got something for you. And I was like, wow. Senpai noticed me. That was super cool. A very surreal moment. Chris gifting 1 membership, and Hairline Almighty is the winner. Okay, I'm not 83. My stepdad's name is also Brian. Yeah, my stepdad's name is Brian, but at least he's with a Y. But, like, I would never envision him in a fucking RPG. He would more so be in, like, a Warriors, like the Warriors, because around that time, he was doing shit like that, but. Jeff with the dono. Happy birthday. It seems you're doing well. Glad to see it. Thank you, Jeff. I am doing pretty well. Now, Mystical Ninja 64 is dope. That's a fun game. When? Oh, did they film one already or something? Steve-O boy? I never watched that show. I'm terrible. I don't watch, like, any of my friends' content. I know that's bad, but it's like, at least I'm honest about it. I am 38, Darcy. Have I played Everybody Want to Switch? No, I don't hate myself that much. Josie has it, though. So she's going to talk about it when we record our podcast this week. Did it make the news? That's funny. Star Fox 64 is God tier. I remember this fucking kid. He was like a real rich kid. His dad, or was it stepdad? I don't remember. But either his dad or his stepdad owned the Lexus dealership in Raleigh. Kid's name was Reed. And so he had like stupid money. And he got Star Fox 64 the day it came out. And I couldn't. I had asked for it for my birthday. And I remember he told me, he was like, okay, if you got it, it's in a really big box. It's twice the size of an N64 box. So I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at my birthday presents, and there's nothing like that. Because in my mind, I'm thinking twice the size, like an Earthbound box or a Mario Paint box. Like twice the size in terms of like outer diameter, not width. And so I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't get Star Fox 64. But I did. It was double. It was, you know, it was width-wise. It was 2 N64 boxes because of the Rumble Pack. We should play 1-2 Switch. I think we actually are for a bonus video. Of course OJ has it. Well, it's not that bad of a game. You know, I like it. I kind of like it. You know, this is fun. It's not for everyone. It's not a game for everyone. Oh, Congress is doing an investigation on Sony? They should. At this point in time, the FTC and Congress should be investigating Sony for wasting everyone's fucking time. Like, good lord. Modern Vintage Gamer, you fucker. Happy birthday, Big Dono. Top 3 Madonna songs. Number 3 is Like a Virgin. No, I'm gonna get rid of that. Number 3 is Take a Bow. Number 2 is fuck, that's hard. All right, just to answer the question before it passes up. Number 1 is Dress You Up. Number 2 is Holiday. But for number 2, I kind of wanted to go in a different direction, but I'll just go with Holiday. Oh, Vogue is good. Dude, I fucking love old Madonna. Thank you, you British fuck. No, I love old Madonna stuff. Like, it's seriously one of my favorite things to listen to. Like, she was super talented back in the day. And she was cool because, like, she took out her titties. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had a book called Sex. She took out her titties. She was in Dick Tracy. How do you say that's not cool? Frozen's good too. Borderline, that's good, so good. But like modern day Madonna, she's a fucking nutcase. But I guess that's what Hollywood fucking does to you if you stay in it too long. Borderline. Ray of Light, I don't know. Beautiful Stranger is not terrible. Music, I like Music. I think that's that's an underrated song. She's in a Wayne's World skit. Yeah, I played Mischief Makers, or Yuki Yuki Troublemakers, as it was known in Japan. Holiday, celebrate. And she was hot, dude. Eric with the dono. Happy birthday, America, and to you. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you. Psychosis patient. Appreciate you, broski. I actually, because I ended up at a new school for high school, because I moved around a lot as a kid. Like, I would be in school sometimes a year and a half. That was actually the longest I was ever in a school, was a year and a half, until high school. My mom was like, we can't move anymore. We have to keep him in a high school for an amount of time. So my freshman year, they had this like Oktoberfest sort of thing where like different like clubs and stuff would have different booths, and there was a karaoke booth. And so I was like, so I signed up for it and did Like a Virgin, and like they shut it, like one of the principals like came over and like turned it off, and like I had to go to the office. I'm like, what's the fucking problem here? This song is literally listed on the karaoke listing. I'm just seeing one of the songs on here. Like, leave me alone. Open your heart to me, baby. I have the love and you hold the key. Nah, fuck Hollywood, dude. I would never do that shit. I would never do that shit. These are my cheap $20 headphones that I bought a very long time ago. Vito Libido. I like that name. Am I going to make a Switch to Disease video? Happy birthday. If it comes down to it, man. If it comes down to it. Like today's video, I made it super clickbaity, like the title and the thumbnail, because I want people to click that and not get their hopes up of anything. There's nothing to get your hopes up about right now. Even if there is a dev kit at Mercury Steam, let's say best case scenario, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? What does that mean for you as the consumer? What does that mean for game development? What does that mean for anything? Oh, there's dev kits in the wild. Wow. So the system might come out in a year or two? Unless you see something being done with that dev kit, which you're not going to. I don't know, man. It's wild to me. I used to have a Wonder Swan. I had the Wonder Swan, was it a color? I had the Final Fantasy version one. Sean Hamilwright, happy birthday to my favorite non-Nintendo YouTuber. I appreciate you, broski. Yeah, but I mean, we're confirmed there anyways. The writing is on the wall. Everybody realizes it. Sales are starting to, dip a little bit comparative to year after year. The software lineup, while plentiful for the second half of the year, you're not seeing any huge big budget title stuff. Mr. Self-Improvement. I got a funny story about that song. So, we're having a party at my buddy Andrew's house, and the cops ended up coming there, and was that the night? No, that wasn't the night I ran from the cops. That was a different party. But, like, as they're pulling into the drive, like, yeah, because I was still sober at this point, so I wasn't worried. I wasn't high. I wasn't drunk. I was just chilling, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to get in any trouble. As soon as the cops pull in the driveway, he puts on the Bone Thugs version of Fuck the Police, because he was a big Bone Thugs fan. And he just takes off his shirt and starts whipping it around. Like, the cops start knocking on the door. He just, like, turns it up. Fucking hoodlum bullshit, man. How many platinums do I have for the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster? That shit is still sealed on the Switch version. Still sealed. What is your idea of what Metroid 6 will be like after Dread, and when will it release? I don't think they do a new Metroid. I think they remake Fusion. I think they remake Fusion for a modern audience. Like, Pikmin's cool. Mo murder, come again. Pikmin's cool. I just never really got into it, and I'm not dropping 60 on it. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something I would get a lot of enjoyment out of. I don't know. Maybe I would, but I don't know. I don't think they'll ever touch Super. If you notice, Nintendo does not fuck with Super Nintendo games. They don't. They just they'll give them to you on a digital platform. They'll give them to you on a place to purchase them if it was a virtual console day. But as far as, you know, offering them to you as in a new version, I guess you could say Super Mario RPG, but that's a collaborative effort. So I feel like that's a little bit different. And I knew you were going to say that. I knew someone was going to say that. Ian. And Darth Gritty. Wait for it to catch up. That's a collaborative effort. God damn it. I should have prefaced that. Should have prefaced it. But no, like Link to the Past, Super Mario World, it's always just been, you know, re-releases. Super Metroid. I just think there's just certain games that they want. Earthbound. Tell me an Earthbound remake wouldn't be popular. The SNES is a bastion of ripeness. But you gotta imagine that, you know, it was a collaborative effort, so Square's probably picking up some of the slack. Square wants some Nintendo money, so it was like, whatever. 190E update, same old, man. Hopefully next week. I gotta call the guy up. I'm dealing with some fucking shit. It's annoying me. But, yeah, Link Between Worlds was its own game, though. Open to it? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I think you're more likely to see, I think you're more likely to see more GameCube than Super Nintendo. The excellence of emulation. I like that. Now, I haven't pre-ordered Metal Gear yet. What do I think will be the new Nintendo IP like they did with Splatoon for the Wii U? That's tough to say. I could see Monolith making something different now. As far as like a new IP is concerned, it might still be an RPG, but maybe a different style of RPG. Appreciate you, Sal. Yeah, because I mean, the last one they did was ARMS, which I don't know. I was not a big fan of ARMS. I will eat your shorts, 12 feet tall. Dear Mr. Ouija, will you please tell me my future? Will I die of murder? I am 38, and the Cosworth is sitting in the parking, sitting outside. I play some Madden very casually. Astral Chain 2, that's more of a platinum game, though. Curfew! From one Independence baby to another, have a great B-Day. Thank you, Curfew, and you have a great birthday, too. Bruce Springsteen, casually. Streets of Philadelphia, Born in the USA. More popular songs. No surrender. What Xbox game have I played recently? I played like Xbox exclusive or a game on my yeah, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance last night. I don't know why. I just felt like playing it. Are you afraid of getting older? Like every year is passing by faster. I will say time does seem to be moving faster, but I don't know how much of that is just age and how much of that is just how like I have a daily routine and it feels very similar from day to day. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not much variety in it, and I never really take a break from it. You know, I have a very, it's funny, at my little gathering today, they were talking about my Uncle Vinny, who like, he never does, like he literally does the same thing every day. He has a daughter that goes to school far away. He's like, I'm not going to travel with her. She'll travel to me. I don't want to travel. I don't want to do nothing. Do the same thing over and over. And I feel very similar to that. Like there's not a lot of deviation. But I mean, you know, it's all what you make it. Thank you, Pennywise. What's my favorite game that I received on my birthday? That's hard, because really, I don't remember many. Like, I remember Star Fox 64. So I can go with that. I can go with Star Fox 64, because I played that game to death. Tekken 8, that's probably September, October, I would say. Thank you, Kiki. Do you love me, Kiki? Thank you, Matt. What's up, YZ250? Favorite game of 2023 thus far? Probably Tears of the Kingdom. Over 100 hours into it. That's weird stuff to think about, though, Mr. Self-Improvement. It's your boy. Happy birthday. I request Spill My Blood by 3-6 Mafia. Have they come to spill my blood? Have they come to sentence me? Will I live here with my life, my lord, or they lawmen capture me? Lord infamous, the futuristic rowdy abouty hunter. Friend, I come from the land down under. I love that song. It's so weird. No problem, Matt. Thank you, Razio. Do I believe that a game will surpass Ocarina of Time on Metacritic? No. Yeah, but the Ocarina of Time, that was... I don't know that was for my birthday. I feel like it wouldn't have been. Because she got it from Nintendo Power. Because that's how you got the gold edition. So you had to buy it directly from Nintendo. So I don't know what that might have been a Christmas gift. When did Ocarina come out? Yeah, I kept my Ocarina. Let me see. So it came out, okay, so that would have been a Christmas gift because it came out November 21st. So, yeah, that she would have bought that for me for Christmas when I was 13. Busta Rhymes in Linkin Park? I know Jay-Z in Linkin Park. I didn't know there was a Busta Rhymes one. Just here, Switch. If Switch carts are not backwards compatible with the next system, do we riot? It's an interesting discussion to have. Like, everyone seems to think it's a foregone conclusion. I'm not so sure about that. Because think of it like this. It means one or two things. One being more likely than the other. If the Switch has the backwards compatibility. The thing that should scare you and is more likely would be that it would use the same cartridge-based medium. Why should that scare you? Because game sizes are not getting any smaller. So you're going to be downloading more shit like you are for a lot of games now because the cartridges haven't really come down substantially in price. Nintendo had to use a 32 gigabyte cartridge, so they charged us $70 for Tears of the Kingdom. Point blank, period. Now, the other theory would be that they would have a dedicated slot to play the Switch games with another medium. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you do that? So I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a very, like we talked about earlier, it's not a foregone conclusion that this is just going to be a beefier Switch. There's no reason to think that. It makes sense, but there's still no reason to think that. Imagine if it turns into UMD. Well, the thing of it is it's obviously not going to be disc-based if it's a portable system, unless they just have some amazing anti-skip technology. I mean, that's why you had that in the thing. Digital only backwards compatible. That would piss off so many people, though, because you have such a large group of people that buy their Switch games physically. I don't know, man. Like the Wii to the Wii U, all right, made sense. They were both discs. GameCube to the Wii, okay, you know, kind of makes sense. DS to 3DS, okay, kind of makes sense. The Switch, not so much. Oh, I hear some fireworks, which have to be loud as shit because I'm in the basement. Or the slot for Switch games is in the dock. Well, then you're losing the portable aspect of being able to play your Switch games. Ian played the Pikmin 4 demo. It's actually pretty fun, but it was my first Pikmin, so it's new to me. Also, they did 2 slots on the original DS. Yeah, okay. But they phased that out because they wanted to cut costs. But that's a good point. That is a very good point. But looking at, so Game Boy Advance cartridges, DS cartridges, those weren't expensive to make, really. That's why DS games weren't, you know, $60. DS games were 30, 40 bucks. Game Boy Advance games, same sort of thing. So that, what they were using was readily available and didn't, you know, cost an arm and a leg, which is how it made it work. But that is a good point. I have played Dragon Force. Thank you, Rachel. Yep, they phased out the Wiis that played the GameCube games, and they made a cheaper one. It's your boy. Thank you for actually knowing the song "Spill My Blood" and editing it. Hey, I ain't trying to get canceled yet. Appreciate you, broski. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, it's going to be super interesting. I cannot wait to see reactions of people in general, especially if it doesn't have it. Because I'm someone, I love chaos. And I think, although from a consumer standpoint, I would want it to have it, I think I would enjoy the scenario more if it didn't have it. Because, I mean, to me, it's like, okay, I'll just keep my Switch. Like, no big deal. Or I'll move on to the next platform. But I feel like there would just be so much chaos. Sleeper game of the year? That's tough. I haven't really played many games that I felt were under the radar. Like, there's games I'm excited for that I think will be could be sleeper hits, like RoboCop. I think that could surprise a lot of people. You got to imagine Mortal Kombat 1. Seems like they're putting a lot of effort into that. What's the ETA on Nintendo's new console? I mean, I hate to break it to you guys. I know some people are out there telling you that it's going to be revealed this month. It's not going to happen. I say 2024, the earliest. And I'm not even summer, fall 2024. See, that's one thing. The Mario Kart 8 conundrum. That's the one problem that whenever somebody says, "Oh, it's definitely going to have backwards compatibility," I look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I'm like, you realize that this game, a Wii U game, sold over 50 million copies. A game that you could buy on the Wii U. You could buy a Wii U for cheaper than you could buy a Switch. You could buy Mario Kart 8 cheaper than you could buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh, well, it's got more stuff in it. That's not the question here. The question here was they re-released a game and got 50 million plus people to buy it at full price, mind you. Most of the sales are at full price. You're going to tell me that the business of Nintendo, not the, oh, we love our consumers, because they don't love you. They love your wallet. They love your money. You're going to tell me Nintendo is not going to look at that and be like, hey, wait a goddamn minute here. We can resell these games that we just had on the last system. In some cases for more. Like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on this new platform. Why the fuck would we have backwards compatibility on this next system? Especially when you have games like Super Mario Odyssey. You have Super Mario Odyssey Deluxe Edition. Tears of the Kingdom Deluxe Edition. Bro. Bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, okay, the Wii U sold like trash, so why not just move on and make, like, Mario Kart sold decently on the Wii U. For a Mario Kart game, it sold decently. I don't know, man. If I'm a business, I am taking a long, hard look at it. I'm taking a long, like, we could have backwards compatibility, but we're losing a lot of fucking money if we do that. You're going to tell me it's Tears of the Kingdom Deluxe Edition with all the DLC wouldn't sell amazingly? Enhanced visuals? You know, this whole free patch thing, you're hearing less and less about free patches. It's going to be interesting to see what Nintendo does with that. Thank you, Marco. I would love a Dreamcast Mini still. I'd buy it day one. All right, we're going to wrap things up at 10 p.m. Eastern because I still have to work. I have to do a video for tomorrow. So we got about 17 minutes left. Just an FYI. Whenever somebody says, you know, oh, it's guaranteed that the Switch 2 is going to have backwards compatibility, I can't even guarantee that it'll be called the Switch 2. Yeah, remember Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? They're definitely getting a patch, right? Right? Happy birthday, Neon Robin. Ian, I do have one. I still haven't opened the damn thing up yet, though. I need to. I need to make a whole fucking video on it because I got a million games for it. Well, it looks really cool. I need to play around with it because I think just talking about how it's like so different than all the other retro handhelds that I review on the channel. Exactly. Shareholders, man. Like, they're a fucking problem. And what do they want? They want their shares to be worth more. They want more money. Psychosis Patient. Member of the RGT squad for 10 months. Appreciate you, broski. Thank you. Thank you. Ian posing a very interesting question here. And thank you for the donation. How does Mario Kart 9 differentiate itself and justify its existence? 8 is already perfect. Is it more skill-based? Does it just look better? For me, you have to expand the series. It can't just be Mario Kart anymore. Like, you could still call it Mario Kart, but you got to do like the Sega All-Stars shit did, where they had like all these Sega characters in there. It was like Sonic and the Sega All-Stars. That's what you got to do with it. You got to have all these characters from all these Nintendo franchises, because now you're opening up a whole new world of possibilities. Like, imagine if you had a Punch-Out character. You had Lil Mac in there. And then you have a Punch-Out course. You're opening up, make it the Smash Brothers of kart racing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You know, what do you do? You add more characters? You add more courses? Is there a new gameplay mechanic? If so, what is it? I guess you could do a double dash. Marco, thank you, broski. Appreciate you. Mario Kart 9 Double Dash. A scrolling wheel on the controller. Where did you hear that? What fucker made a video about that? Who made that video, Chris? Because that sound, I could think of a couple usual suspects who would have made a video talking about that. Yeah, the Evercade's super cool, dude. That Duke Nukem fucking super cool. I just wish I wish they could get some more West. I know they're based in England, so a lot of the stuff like the Commodore 64, the Amiga, like shit we never had here. I'm hopeful that they can make more Japanese and Western market deals. Oh, I don't want to see if... Yeah, scrolling wheel, though, that makes no sense to me. What would the next Nintendo iteration look like, RGC? That I can't say. I have no idea. I have no idea what they're doing with this next system. In reality, it should be a more powerful Switch. That's what everyone wants. In practicality, that's not how... Switch Force mentioned it today. Who is the source? Now I'm curious. We're going to look at it. No big launch game? What? Okay. Oh, he doesn't list the source on there. To me, that doesn't make any sense to have a scrolling wheel on it. How about they get David? No, David Jaffe, get out of here. Jaffe is a fucking curmudgeon. Jaffe is a fucking the ultimate curmudgeon. Do I endorse the donate, subscriber, get the fuck out attitude? No. I mean, if people want to do that, they can do that, but that's not my style. I hope they don't do the haptic triggers thing. I'm not a fan of haptic triggers. Chris number 2, member of the RGC Army for 7 months. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, broski. Am I afraid of dying alone? Not really. I mean, if it happens, it happens. What are you gonna do? You know, there's always gonna be someone. I'm not a fan of Cliffy B. Do I think Phil Burnell is a man? He's an interesting man. I've accepted being a loser. I guess so. If the Switch Pro is as powerful as the ROG Ally, that would be lit. It won't be. It really won't be. Nick! Happy birthday. Nick's traded Toppin for peanuts. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. Lakers won the offseason. Final Fantasy 16 is amazing. What the fuck did the Lakers do this offseason? ESPN analyst rips Lakers praise, acting like they had the greatest offseason of all time. Because you kept Austin Reeves and D'Lo? Oh, you got Gabe Vincent. That's all right. Tarian Prince. Oh, you got Cam Reddish. Enjoy Cam Reddish. Oh, you kept Hachimura. I mean, won the offseason? I don't know about that. That wasn't a... That's not a W in my life. Yeah, but I mean, we got Dante DiVincenzo on a good deal. And that chemistry is going to be fuego. Thoughts on Max Kellerman getting ousted? You mean getting fired, or just, it was a scandal with him? ESPN fucked up, dude. They got rid of a bunch of good people. They got rid of Jalen Rose, who was like the best basketball analyst that they had because he was level-headed. You had Susie Colbert. She'd been around since I was fucking born. Analog Pocket versus modded GBA. Analog Pocket, because, yeah, Mr. Self-Improvement said it myself. Because it could play other systems. A lot more versatile. Jeff Van Gundy? Yeah, like, what the fuck? That was heartbreaking. How do you get rid of Jeff Van Gundy? Do I think Nintendo will make something similar to the Virtual Boy? No. I think the investors would fucking kill him. You gotta remember that Nintendo, I don't think that Nintendo was a publicly traded company. Yeah, I played the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem. A long time ago. I don't remember shit about it. Evercade is good. I like Evercade. I have the Versus. I have the EXP that I'm going to make a video on. I need to film that. Ideally, I want to make a bunch of videos. Just have them stockpiled for a rainy day. Health is good. Everything, all tests are looking good and all that sort of stuff. Will we get an all digital Switch? That's an interesting discussion to have. I don't think so, because I feel like physical software still sells very well on the Switch, especially compared to other systems. But the thing I fucking hate about digital sales is they don't show digital sales of just digital versus physical games. So if a game gets a version digitally and physically, that should be what the digital sales are counted, not digital only games. Because in the grand scheme of things, they count digital only games in that decision. So if a game gets a digital release and it doesn't get a physical release, well, no fucking shit. It's going to sell 5,000% better if it sells 5,000 copies of a digital version than a physical version. So you're not getting an accurate number, which makes no sense to me. Nah, I'm just going to work and chill, Drummer Punk. I saw my family earlier. Did the Virtual Boy kill Gunpei Yokoi? No, he made the fucking Wonder Swan handheld. Wonder Swan Pocket. Let's all chip in and make RGT play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I will. Wait on that sale. I actually think it's on sale right now. I did see the water traversal thing that Gene Park showed on his Twitter. That looked kind of cool. Remember the N-Gage? I do. I never owned one, though. Yeah, I got some special foods. Grandma made pizza, some chicken that I'm about to eat in a minute. Pasta, ice cream cake. Do I ever watch video game documentaries on YouTube? Once in a while. Oh, dude, the old Power Ranger stuff was fucking awesome. So good. But see, Luther says that the next Switch should have resolution boosting technology like the Xbox Series S and X for backwards compatibility. That was done because Xbox needed to do something and make the system look more attractive. If Xbox was in Nintendo's position or in Sony's position, that would have not been a thing. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. They didn't do that out of goodwill. They did it out of desperation to sell units, to hope that this would be a Wii U-like situation. Obviously, the Xbox One wasn't as drastically low selling as the Wii U was, but comparatively speaking, you know, just to make this point, they needed to make the system look attractive to people who maybe skipped out on the Xbox One. Will there ever be another mini console? Hopefully not. I mean, unless it's Sega. I'm a walking video game documentary. I know a lot about the shit. Pizza, what topping? None. Cheese. I want cheese pizza. I'm like fucking Kevin McAllister. Well, the Switch 2 can... If it is a Switch 2... If it is... Well, I mean, the Switch dock has firmware updates, and we still don't know why. The Switch 2, if it is a Switch 2, will be limited because, A, it'll be a handheld, and you have to factor in battery life on that side of things, and performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of what ifs. Thoughts on DSP becoming a man? Has he really became a man, though? He's kind of a bit immature with some of his decisions. Do I think Sega will ever be bought? I hope not. But, I mean, they really can't because Sammy owns Sega. So you would have to convince Sammy to sell off the Sega Atlas brand because they've technically already been bought. What about Ninja Pizza? Pizza that vanishes without a trace. Why don't they do something with Super Mario World, like a remaster or a true sequel? Super Mario Wonder looks kind of not cool. I think Super Mario Wonder looks cool. I don't think they showed us everything the game has to offer. I think they just showed you a little teaser, just to sort of whet your appetite, and then, you know, make you want to know more about it. Most overrated game for any system, The Last of Us. I don't understand why. I mean, the first Last of Us game, gameplay was all right. You know, it was pretty decent. The story was, I didn't think it was that. I mean, it felt like The Walking Dead in just a video game form. I think it's a very good game. I think it's an 8 or a 9, but 10? Masterpiece? Not around these parts. What's up, T-Job? Like, I remember I bought The Last of Us on day one because everyone was just like, oh, The Last of Us, Last of Us, Last of Us. I sat down, I played it, beat it in like 2 or 3 days, and I was like, oh, okay. That was something. Like, I didn't think it wasn't like fucking life-changing or anything like that. Like, I don't know. And it just kind of put Sony on a weird trajectory. Like, I would rather play God of War 3 than the newer God of Wars. I don't know. I don't need a deep father-son story. And I understand why it clicks with some people, but I don't know. Yeah, I think Super Mario Wonder is just going to have, like, a lot of secrets into it. You know, like, they didn't show you half of the stuff you'll be doing in that game as far as levels and stuff are concerned. Boy. If I find some more bullshit James DeGrieve, I will do streams like that. Did I miss this? I don't know why that sad Brad dono is still up there. I was like, did I forget it? And you can also put Death Stranding in there, because Death Stranding is overrated as fuck. It's pretentious as shit. That was something. Is there an actual WNBA 2K? No, it's just integrated into the NBA 2K. If they were to make a WNBA game, and it's not men's fault, it's women's fault. Like Bill Burr said, watch Bill Burr talk about the WNBA. He's 100% spot on. If women supported that shit, like men support NBA basketball, there would be no problems with that league. That league would be making hand over fist money. But women don't support the shit. They don't support their fellow people. Dude, shit. Go out there, buy your season tickets like the men do for the NBA. No. You don't put the money where their mouth is. I would love Red Dead Redemption Remastered. I think Red Dead Redemption is super good. The next Nintendo movie? I don't know that I need one. I think Metroid would be cool, though. But they already kind of made that movie. It was called Alien. All right, peeps, it's 10 o'clock. I got to get some food in me and do a little bit of work. Thank you for hanging out with me on the birthday stream. I appreciate all the comments, all the happy birthday love. You guys are definitely very kind to me. There's a video up on this channel if you missed it today, talking about Legends of WrestleMania for Xbox 360 and PS3. This video on the main channel talking about Switch 2 dev kits. There'll be more videos tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? There won't be another retro video till Friday, but there'll be a video on the main channel. The Jan Man coming in with the late dono. Thank you, the Jan Man. Thank you to everyone. What the fuck just happened? Are we still live? I don't know if we're still live, but I think lightning just struck or I don't know what the fuck just happened, but all my stuff just turned off. So if we're still live, thank you to everyone who came by. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to every the channel members. Okay, we are still live. Okay, yeah. Everything just went black on both of my screens. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was making noises like everything was just turning off. So I don't know if that was thunder. I don't know if that was a firework. But thank you, everyone, for coming by. Thank you to everyone who said happy birthday. The DeLorean's outside my house. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to all the channel members. I love you guys. If I don't see you again on this channel, well, I'll see you on Friday because there'll be another retro video. But if I don't stream again, I will see you Saturday night after the Spawncast.